Failing to plan is really planning to fail.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
For over 30 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only with helping you sell and buy real estate and invest in real estate, also helping you build your finances, not just real estate purchases, helping you build your faith, your fun, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish in your relationships. Really, it's been 30 years of building your life and your business. And so, Ken,
Yes.
what are you talking about? Planning or failing to plan?
Yeah, because you don't ever plan to fail because you love planning.
I do. And so what you're going to learn in this episode is how do you, for you, set the stage so that you can, in fact, plan? Because we've heard it said many times, if you plan to fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah. And it's important that you know that we're actually talking about money, finances, wealth building, that kind of stuff around this plan. You got other plans like planning who you might marry, planning when you're going to have kids or how many kids. And by the way, a lot of those plans out of your control.
And they don't come together the way you think they're going to. So I think that's an important piece when we're talking about planning. It's not about setting it in stone and saying, I've set the plan, so nothing is going to deter the plan. The point of having a plan is having a direction in which to move.
Yes. And not only setting a plan, but setting a time frame for that plan. Because many times the time frame is the part that's out to lunch. Not the plan or the goal, but the time frame. And sometimes when people don't reach their goal, maybe you've had this happen to you. When you don't reach the goal, you think the goal was wrong. Maybe it was just the time was wrong, or the effort you put forward was not to the level it needed to be to reach the goal in that time frame.
Right. So as an example, quite a few of our clients, and I'll think of one in particular right now, because then the story is more precise and probably more relevant to your thinking. And that is somebody says, I'm going to have my first 4 investment properties within a 5-year period.
Oh, I did that.
Right.
No, I said I would do it.
And
but
you
I don't
did.
think I did it.
You did.
Did I do it?
You did do. We did do it because we did our investment properties to help clients out of a tough situation. So actually, the first 4 came pretty quickly. Once we did the first one, it became easier to do the second, third, and fourth. However, our next goal of having a greater number of investment properties, that did not happen in the timeline we thought. And in this case, not only was the plan not quite the right plan, it also was the wrong timeline, right? And so we want to make sure we don't get so attached to the time or to the plan, because in that case, what we ended up doing was selling them all and then opening our first business more than our real estate practice.
Now, what it did do, though, creating a plan, a financial plan, and monitoring where we were going, how much wealth we wanted or net worth, right, by a certain time, did allow us to monitor that change and then make changes, because it changed our behavior. It changed what we spent money on. It changed on how much money we made. It changed on what we invested in to save on taxes. It changed a lot of our behaviors, including changed what we read. Because now we read things on investing. We read things on wealth building. We studied the wealthy to find out what they did, because there's a formula.
There is a formula, and that's how, as you probably know, that's how we came to writing the book, The Wealth Formula. I mean, Ken's name is on the title, and you gotta know that we co-authored it, because how can we not live the life together? And I read every page before it ever got out there. It gave you lots of input. Yeah. And the bottom line is that book came out of our journey of actually having a plan and living out the plan and then making shifts as we went until we got the result from having had a plan. Mm-hmm. So it's not always about getting exactly what you thought you were going to get, because I would say we got way more than we ever imagined in our wildest dreams when we first started planning.
Yeah, and if you read that book, you might want to try and figure out which character is resembling myself and which character resembles Yetta in the book.
And it's a fictitious story, really. It's a combination of many of the people that we have helped over the years. And
Life
so it's not
experiences
worse
in there.
one person, it's many people.
Some of them are.
I know, some of them. Anyway, so it just will really, if you've ever had a plan for something, maybe you've gotten discouraged when the plan didn't come together. And one of the points of this conversation is don't get discouraged, because maybe it needs a tweak, maybe it needs a big, big pivot, and maybe the benefits are the things that you receive because you had a plan.
Yep. And you never fail as long as you keep going. As soon as you quit, you failed.
Exactly. So I'd rather, and I know from a money perspective, we came to the decision that we would rather slow down than ever retire, right? So we'd rather take some pause. And some people look at our lives and go, what do you mean slow down? I haven't noticed that. And okay, it's slower than it was. I don't work till 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. helping a buyer sell, or a seller buy, because it's not wise use of my time.
Not wise for them either. They
It's
don't make the
not.
best decision in the middle
makes
of the
a good
night.
decision in the middle of the night. Now, I did not know that in my younger years, so there is wisdom with age that has come. And so we tend to work not 9 to 5, but probably 8 to 8 for the most part.
Yeah, like I always say, I'm down to working half days, because 8 to 8 is a half a day.
Perfect. So in terms of setting your financial plan, Ken, what are those things that people should be asking themselves right now to know whether they're moving in the right direction? Because it's all about direction.
Okay, well, first of all, it's what you're going to give up in some cases to reach your financial goals. And remember that some things are priceless and they're not worth giving up for money. That's things like your relationship, your health, and your mind, right? Your life, your time. Don't give all that up to chase money, because really that's the definition of the love of money, because you're giving up the other things that are priceless, and the love of your life, the family, the friendships. If you're giving that stuff up, you're on the wrong path.
And that's why we were talking about infusing harmony even into planning.
Yes.
Remember, we talked about harmony, and what's that about? It's about not having to give up something, not choosing to give up something that's way more valuable than money. So when we talk about money, it is earning money for the good that it will do and for the passions that you have, not about throwing all the rest of it away in the pursuit of it.
Yeah, don't throw your life away. Absolutely. You know what's interesting, is most people totally overestimate what you can accomplish in 1 year.
Yep.
But when you're doing your goals and you're setting, the other side of that, the other side of that coin is that people totally underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years.
Or even in a lifetime. So we're going to encourage you not to get hung up on the timeline. Don't underestimate, and just have fun along the way. And know that we are honored to be your guides on the journey of wealth, wisdom, and worth.
Moving forward with the Decker team.